Ladies and gentlemen, China recently introduced the nuclear bomb to the world named DeepSeek R1, which literally shook the entire world, draining trillions of dollars from the stock market in the United States. And Nvidia alone lost more than $600 billion in a single day. Remember ChatGPT, which you always used to cheat in exams? Yes, ChatGPT. It was beaten in its own game. Just coming close to OpenAI is impressive enough, but beating by just 1 by 15th of its cost is just god level. To train ChatGPT, more than $100 million was invested, but to train DeepSeek R1 model, only $5.6 million was invested, and it has the accuracy rate of 9.4%, whereas ChatGPT latest model O1 has the accuracy rate of only 9.1%. And dude, it was just started as a side project. So because I review the artificial intelligence in this channel, I am going to review this AI tool too. Let's go. After logging inside DeepSeek, the first thing I asked DeepSeek, what every guy in this world asks, how to get a girlfriend. It absolutely roasted me, saying, getting you a girlfriend? That's impossible, dude. Try again in your next life. Such miracle is never going to happen. You have a better chance of ending up in heaven than getting a girlfriend. At least he knows I am a good guy who is going to end up in heaven, unlike you guys. But remember kids, what Plato said, a girlfriend then is not just a person but a reflection of our innate desires and for wholeness. She embodies our emotional attachment and also continuous search for self-fulfillment through another. So kids, always remember to have two girlfriends instead of one. Just kidding. Let's move back to reviewing DeepSeek. I asked DeepSeek, up to when is your knowledge cutoff? It said, hello, my knowledge is current up to July 2024. When I asked ChatGPT, it said until June 2024, and for Gemini, it said it is continuously learning and improving and provides up-to-date real-time information possible. So in terms of real-time data, Gemini still beats both of them. But the real game changer is this DeepSeek R1 model. When every other company was making the neural networks more and more complex by feeding more and more data, DeepSeek developers just thought differently and used reinforcement learning, which basically means the system of getting reward and punishment. To understand reinforcement learning, imagine a baby who goes to school to learn, and in the learning process, if he makes a mistake, he gets scolded, but if he does his homework, be a good boy, then he is rewarded with chocolates. Same goes with this DeepSeek's reinforcement learning process, and in terms of its knowledge cutoff, it also adds only up to July 2024. This is what Trump says on behalf of United States.
Today and over the last couple of days, I've been reading about China and some of the companies in China, one in particular, coming up with a faster method of AI and much less expensive method, and that's good, because you don't have to spend this much money. I view that as a positive, as an asset. So I really think if it's fact and if it's true, and nobody really knows if it is, but I view that as a positive because you'll be doing that too. So you won't be spending as much and you'll get the same result, hopefully. The release of DeepSeek AI from a Chinese company should be a wake-up call for our industries that we need to be laser focused on competing to win, because we have the greatest scientists in the world. Even Chinese leadership told me that. They said, you have the most brilliant scientists in the world in Seattle and various places, but Silicon Valley, they said, there's nobody like those people. This is very unusual when you hear a DeepSeek, when you hear somebody come up with something. We always have the ideas, we're always first. So I would say that's a positive. That could be very much a positive development. So instead of spending billions and billions, you'll spend less and you'll come up with, hopefully, the same solution.
Now let me show you what is the differences between this normal DeepSeek and this DeepSeek R1 model. I asked DeepSeek, what is the 9 tetracyon 9? This number is larger than the atoms in this entire universe. Let me show you how. 2 to the power 3 is 2 into 2 into 2, which is 8. 2 tetracyon 3 is 2 to the power 2 to the power 2, which is 2 to the power 4, which is 16. But when I asked 9 tetracyon 9, hope Chinese server doesn't crash with this question. 9 tetracyon 9 is 9 to the power 9 to the power 9 for 9 times, which goes like this. Now let's see how normal DeepSeek and DeepSeek R1 handles this question. What is 9 tetracyon 9? Normal DeepSeek version gave the answer like this. But when I asked DeepSeek R1, it showed me its thinking process on how it approached this question and gave me the final answer like this, saying this number is studied in hyperoperation theory and combinatorics but exists far beyond physical or computational limits. So because of its thinking process on how it approaches each and every mathematical problems, DeepSeek R1 model is far better than ChatGPT and Gemini if you are the one who has the field of coding, complex mathematical calculation, etc. Then I asked DeepSeek to write me a poem about shadows of the past. It wrote me, they linger in the corners where the daylight dare not stay. Whispers stitch in silence, ghost of choices turn to grey, which is pretty long and not so good but not so bad either. But when I asked ChatGPT to write me a poem, it wrote, whispers dripped on the twilight's breath, echoes born from distant death, which is pretty short and sweet. I experimented with creative writings with both DeepSeek R1 and ChatGPT. I came to the conclusion that in terms of creative writings, ChatGPT is still far better than DeepSeek R1, but when it comes to mathematical problems, coding, then DeepSeek R1 is far better than ChatGPT. After using ChatGPT, Gemini, Bing and all these AI chatbots, in comparison with these AI tools, DeepSeek R1 model is quite a bit of slow in comparison with these AI tools. Maybe it's because of its thinking process or maybe of huge load in the server at once. This issue is not a big deal. I believe China is going to solve this issue in future or as soon as possible, maybe in few days. Now let's check how it handles huge files. Let's ask it to give us the summary of this book named Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson. When I asked DeepSeek R1, it said the server was busy and it was unable to give, and it always said please try again later whenever I tried. But when I asked ChatGPT, it provided summary nice and clear. China is not going to stop here. They are going to launch new AI models which are far better than this DeepSeek R1 version. Some of them are Kimi.ai, Alibaba AI, and the list goes on. I made a video about how you can increase your productivity and save your time to do these things which you love to do. If you enjoyed this video, you might like this video over here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.